Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, there's this idea called the dark night of the soul, and it is in Hinduism very much represented, and I don't know if that's the idiom of it. I think it is. It has been in other cultures as well. But what is it? And I just want to do a brief on that because I have had the experience, and the other people that I'm talking to now as a consequence of the foundation that I've been reaching out have had long periods of time where I would classify as the dark night of the soul. And so you can also call that integration, boys and girls. And what is integration? Again, to achieve first contact and be able to be face-to-face with another holistic being who's operating on a holistic frequency and remembers every and all aspects of themselves, over soul on down. You need to have that as a conscious idea in your mind, along with a lot of other things that need to be integrated in, because if they just came, you would automatically just be aware of all that stuff, and then most people would just go into psychotic shock and pop out of their experience altogether, meaning game over. And that's not cool, and that isn't the experience that we wanted to have, at least most of us. So, the dark night of the soul in that process, what is that? The dark night of the soul is when you finally have come to the conclusion that there is more of you and that you're shedding all what you had in the way of religious beliefs previously, whatever those beliefs were, and you're, whether it was Hinduism, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, any and all of those, Krishnaism, if you believe in the Krishna spirit and the Krishna God oversoul, that it is the master oversoul. You're realizing now that you are a fractal of all that is, that there is only one thing in creation, all of it, and it is having diverse sets of experiences through all the things in all that is in creation. You included in every other entity, every rock, every sun, every particle, everything, every subatomic particle is all it is on a different trajectory, having an experience of itself, but they all are individuated entities and souls and spirits. And this is what you are. And as a higher entity level, on the oversoul, on the seventh density level, you are having billions, or millions, if maybe not billions, of experiences simultaneously. Having hundreds, if not thousands, of experiences on Earth and the YahYel homeworld and Sassani and the Pleiadian and all these unnamed other dimensions and the internal structure of the Earth on higher dimensional planes and all these things concurrently. And then you go down to the spirit level on the sixth density, and then you go to the higher self on the fifth density, and then the fourth density is where you are now, which is the template level reality, which is where you basically make a roadmap of things that you want to experience. And it is not so stuck in space and time. So you can have a lot more malleability in space and time, a lot more flexibility in space and time. Because that is where you now live, and you're having and projecting a 3D experience and starting to see things from the 4D experience jump into your experience more and more. This is integration, boys and girls. Dark Night of the Soul is when you're starting to realize all these things, or you've had these experiences of these things, that you are awakening, that you are more than just a physical body, that you are a dream of all that is, and you are dreaming your dream right now. I am dreaming all of you as you're dreaming everybody in your dream, and we are the dreams of all that is, and all that is dreaming us into awareness, as is we are dreaming all that is into existence. And here we are. And when you come to that conclusion, sometimes there's no dark night of the soul. It's just, oh, that's right on. Hey, I like that. And or sometimes it's like, ooh, that freaks me out, man. And you need some time to integrate those ideas. Basically, the dark night of the soul is time to integrate those ideas and to come to terms with an utter change in your perspective and reality. And the dark night of the soul is really just that. And a lot of us have already gone through that. I've talked to so many people, and a lot of them really did take the time to have not really go out into public, not see a lot of friends and family that they used to see, and they just really spent a lot of time in contemplation and meditation. Now, me, I wasn't making those choices consciously. I was very sick, so I just studied and every day did energy accelerations and this and that. And it really did serve me to get to a very, very nice place, and to a place where I am starting to have a sense and utter feeling of unconditional love that comes and overwhelms me. And it doesn't stay, but it is something that now I'd recognize, and that's integration. So I went through a very large, like 3 or 4 years of dark night of the soul, where you don't really have an identity, and you lose a lot of your identity, because what you identified is, you now know that you're not the ego, and that there is more of you, and the ego doesn't like that, and it will fight you a bit too. There's some ego negotiation that needs to go on in there. But through this process, it is all integration. You know, it really is. Dark Night of Soul, it's really a nice word for integration, that you're integrating yourself, you're integrating all these ideas that you've been introduced to see whether you want to keep them, because maybe you finally came to a conclusion that there is more, and you know, what you did believe before, and whatever religious systems or whatever systems, or maybe you were an atheist and then you've come and drawn a new conclusion, and you've come across information that is irrefutable and that is just coming to you in every direction, and you're being nudged from your higher self to go and follow, and it feels exciting. So this is integration. This is Dark Night of the Soul. A lot of people are still going through that. Some people don't experience it at all, or it's maybe a couple days, some are a couple months, some are years. So it really is an individuated experience. So there's no roadmap for it, except for the fact that it does happen, and whether it's exceptionally brief or it's very long in the way of years, is really part of the experience that you constructed in this lifetime that you wanted to experience. So it's whatever was best for you. And just know that said, and that it is your universe, and that you are making your universe and everything in it and all your experiences how you wanted to experience them. If you can grasp onto that and just know that whatever the experience you're having now is what you wanted to experience, it will make the Dark Night of the Soul, if that is where you are now, a lot easier. Where you can integrate it in, you can integrate it in. So, okay, well, this is what I wanted to experience. This is the time that I needed for my matrix to be able to integrate these ideas, and when it is integrated, I will move on. And not having to have it integrated allows it to integrate faster. It gives it the possibility to integrate faster. So no need to rush. You are where you are. Be happy where you are. And if you're happy where you are, the likelihood that it's going to move on from wherever it is very high. And that is the rub. You know, that is for any situation, if you're good with it, that it has a possibility to pass you, because energetically you've released what was needed in the lesson that is beginning, that you're getting from it. So I hope that's helpful. That's what I felt like I needed to share. And again, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching, life, business, and spiritual. Lots of stuff going on below. Check it out. Lots of projects, lots of links, all kinds of good stuff down below. And if you have any questions, please always message me. There's an email address down below as well. And like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.